Innovative, Amazing Science with Sunana. I believe and I hope that you are doing great. So am I. My granny was very fascinated about plants and different types of flowers. She always took care of them and she always was found in that place. So I used to follow my granny and I used to help her in watering the plants. Watering the plants was, of course, a part of my helping to granny, but my real motive was playing with the water. So while watering the plants, I used to play with the water and she used to explain me how and which plants require more water or which plants require less water to grow. So in short, you can say that she was my science teacher because she used to tell me all about plants, their growth, the color change and everything. I was a bit small to understand each and every concept, but then I just enjoyed watering the plants. And then one day when I was just about to water the plants, I observed there was a flower which was dried up. Little bit, it was not more, but then it was dried up. The moment I just watered them, after about 1 or 2 hours, the flower looked fresh and even the leaves looked fresh. So I did not understand. I thought, oh, maybe they started to drink up water. So for me, it was just an activity, or for me, it was just fun way to do all those things because I used to enjoy. And why that flower was drooping or it was like that, because 2 days we were outside and we couldn't water them, so because of that it happened. But the real concept and everything, I asked my granny and she explained me that it did not get water, so the stem could not conduct, the roots could not absorb, so this is the situation which happened. But then I thought, let me do something interesting. So I started doing one activity with my granny and it was real fun because I was a kid. So recently I was just watering my plants in the balcony and I just found some of my flowers already bloomed and it was looking very good. So I thought, let me just share out my same old activity which I conducted when I was very young. Are you ready to do the same activity with me? Let's get started. So before we start with the explanation or the understanding of the concept, let us be very clear with 3 definitions which will be required further. So the first one is xylem. What is this xylem? Xylem is one of the 2 types of transport tissue in the vascular plants and phloem being the other. The basic function of xylem is to transport water from roots to stem and leaves, but it also transports nutrients. The word xylem is derived from the Greek word that is xylon, meaning wood, and it is the best known xylem tissue is the wood, though it is found throughout the plant. The term xylem was introduced by Carl Nageli in 1858. And the next in line is transpiration. Transpiration is the biological process by which the water is lost in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plants. And there are basically 3 types of transpiration, that is the stomatal transpiration, one is the lenticular transpiration, and one is the cuticular transpiration. Next we have photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants and certain other microorganisms transform light energy into chemical energy. During photosynthesis in green plants, light energy is captured and used to convert water, carbon dioxide and minerals into oxygen and energy-rich organic compounds. We know that water is very essential for the survival. Even plants too need water. Water is found in the soil and is taken through the roots into the trunk or the stem of the tree through the special cells called the xylem cells. Water moves from the roots to the leaves through the stem. In the leaves, water is used up for the process called the photosynthesis, and that is how the plants make energy and food. Even the transpiration happens. So due to this photosynthesis and transpiration, there is loss of water at the top of the plants than at the bottom, that is the roots region. This causes the water to be pulled in from the roots up to the leaves through the stem. This is a natural process where the water is moved up from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. So now let us just focus on the stem part, because we are going to do the activity related to the stem and how it conducts water and minerals. If we observe the plant carefully, there are three main parts, that is the roots, the stem and the leaves. And if we take a closer view of the stem, it is actually the connector, or you can say it is a bridge that connects the roots up to the leaves. The primary function of the stem is that it supports the leaves and it conducts water and minerals to the various parts where they can be converted to the usual products by photosynthesis and further transport these products from the leaves to the other parts of the plant, including the roots. Stem conducts water and nutrient minerals from the site of absorption in the roots to the leaves by the means of certain vascular tissues in the xylem. So now we have understood the function of the stem and what actually happens. So let us just try to do the activity and get it more clear how this conduction of water takes place through the stem. So for this experiment, you require some water. I have taken 3 glasses, a pair of scissors. This is a dropper, which will be easy for you to take the liquid color. And this, I have got magenta ink, and this is the cyan ink. Whatever colors you are having at home, you can just try with those. You need not worry exactly to take this colors particular. If you have got green, yellow, whatever, you just try with those. And of course, the main thing of this experiment is the flowers. So I was just having this white color chrysanthemum in my garden, so I've taken that. If you are having white roses, you can do with that also. So whichever is white in color, that would be very great for this experiment. So I've taken this chrysanthemum. So what I'm going to do is, I'll take this bunch and try to cut single flowers from here, because I require 3 for my experiment. So I'll just see to that. I'll cut it. Okay, I'm done with the one. Okay, so my second flower is ready. And of course, I'm going to cut the last one. I'll keep this bunch this side. So my 3 flowers are ready and it is cut. Then I'm going to pour water in my 3 glasses. We'll try to fill equal amount of water in all the 3 glasses. So what I'm going to do next is, I'm going to add this color now. One glass, I'm going to keep this as it is, like white. I'm not going to add any color. But to the other glasses, I'm going to add color. So first I'm going to take this magenta and few drops with the help of this dropper, I'm going to add. Okay, I'm done with this magenta. Next, I'm going to take this cyan color and I'm going to add few drops. Okay. So I've already added both the colors. Now you can see the glasses. They are looking so attractive and catchy, and it looks so good. So now I have got three glasses. One is the plain one, it is transparent. One is the magenta color, and this is the cyan color. So what we are going to do is, we'll take this flowers, we'll just try to put one in each glass. Okay, here we go. See how lovely it is looking. Okay, so we have put one in each glass. Can you see? Yes. So we are going to keep this aside maybe for about 8 to 9 hours or maybe for a day, and let us see what is happening. Is the color changing, and if at all it is changing, what is the change? We are going to keep this aside without disturbing it. Welcome back again. And I'm so happy. I guess you must be seeing three different color flowers. Okay, earlier I had said you that we are going to keep this for about 8 to 9 hours. I kept this flowers for 8 to 9 hours, but after that when I tried to observe what is the change in the color, it did change, but the change was not so significant. So I thought, let me again wait for more time and see what is going to happen. So total, I waited for about 48 hours. And after waiting about for 48 hours, now you can see the difference. Remember, like we had used three glasses, and in the first glass, it was this one. It was filled with water only, without any colors. So water is transparent and it is colorless. We all know that. So the flower, you can see it's white. It did not change any color at all. But in the second one, second glass, we had used magenta ink. Yes, and magenta ink, it looks so catchy and all. And the flower which was dipped inside this magenta ink water, can you see how pink it is looking and lovely? And in the last one, we had used cyan blue color. And the flower has changed to that color. So when you observe all these flowers, you can just say that the flowers started to drink water. Yes, of course, I would say that, because whatever colors was there inside the glass, the color of the flower changed into that. That means the flowers started to drink water. Well, that was little on a lighter note, but then there's a science behind that, and we are going to learn what is the science or why this happened. So the first thing what I have to say everyone is, when we are cutting the stem of that flower, we have to be very careful, and we should cut that stem in an angle, because when we are cutting the stem in an angle, it gives more surface area, due to which conduction happens more effectively. What did we observe from this small activity? We took 3 glasses. One was the plain water and other 2 were colored water. In plain water, we could not observe properly the conduction, although conduction happened. But we took the colored water or the colored ink, due to which we could clearly see how the flowers turned its color. That means the stem conducted water. Although the stems were not having the roots, but still it could conduct water to the flower. But this flower which we took and conducted this activity is not going to survive for many days because the roots are not present. So just to observe carefully and just to notice whether it is conducting or not, we took colored ink and we found that it is conducting water. So we can conclude that the stem is a delivery system, or you simply can give it a name as a straw because it conducts water from the roots to the other parts. If you enjoyed this activity, do like it and do not forget to subscribe by pressing the bell icon which is right there on your screen. And if you want to share your experience to me, do put it in the comment section or do write a mail so that in my future upcoming videos I can share your experience through an experiment. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.